Tender, juicy, and perfectly seasoned. It's chicken made for dipping. So, bye-bye bun, hello McCrispy strips. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
In the mood for mystery and mind games? The Hulu original series 9 Perfect Strangers is back. This May, a new group of visitors journey to an opulent healing retreat.
McCrispy strips. Now at McDonald's.
In a series of shocking twists and revelations. Starring Nicole Kidman. Tune in to the new season of 9 Perfect Strangers from May 21st. Now streaming on Hulu. Tap the banner to watch now.
Good evening. Good evening to everybody. Welcome to Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. We are live at the Choice Tire and Automotive Studios, and it is 53 degrees outside on May the 27th, people. Now, y'all make that make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Been raining all day. Oh, dreary, wet, nasty Tuesday, but that's okay. We got a good show lined up for y'all tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Speaking of appreciating people and businesses, I want to give a quick rundown with all of our sponsors. Sydney is doing mama duties tonight, and we miss her. There's that. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors here at Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services, H&H Auto Repair, Race for Kids, raceforkids.com, Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue, Precision Built Spindles, Renee Hackett Realtor. They all just went away. David E. Day Inc., Ideal Corn, Affordable Septic, and Tyson's Isons, Little Donuts, Dutton Safer Systems, Triangle Fitness in Kernersville. My buddy Johnny Tilley, JTV, Sports Card and Memorabilia, Sykes, Metal Roofing, Douglas Auto Electric and Battery, The Garage Shop, Choice Tire and Automotive, Woodman Life Insurance, Jordan Anderson, S&P Lemonade, Frank Steaks in Long Island, New York, J&T Services, DL Outfitters, Gary Brown Dream 68, Midway Dry Cleaners, Cobble Speed Shop LLC, JTA Soft Wash and Roof Cleaning, Koger Plumbing, 5 Points Tire and Auto, Horse-Powered Kids, Harkey Litigation, Eveready Mixed Concrete, Heroes Patriot Water, Robbins Sandblasting, Mule Skinner Trucking, Messer Media, Garage Doors of the Triad, MJ Printing and Graphics, Midway Music Hall and Event Center, Thunder Road Grill, Midway Mobile Storage, Make TV Great with Nate, Louis Custom Showers and Glass, Radical Fire Protection, Tea Time Sports Bar, Burke Street Pub, Captain's Retreat at Bear Creek, Soul to Bowl Food Truck, Squeaky Clean Express and Ceramic Coatings, Colfax Towing and Auto Repair, Velocity USA, and Kevin Says Yes.com. Okay, there's that. Appreciate all of them. Real quick, we're going to have Cam's Corner brought to you by Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue. We'll be back tonight with 13-year-old Case James. And y'all hear me a lot of times talk about these kids because I always try to feature some kids on here. And just like I talk about little Tristan McKee and Darren Krantz Jr., this kid, Case James, I'm telling y'all, listen to what I'm saying. I promise. This kid has some of the best God-given talent that I've ever watched. He is smart. He works on his cars. He's been brought up in this racing world that we all love so much since he was a baby. And his dad raced. His dad, Colt James, was really good when he raced. And I'm really excited about the future for little Case James. And also, we're going to have Burt Myers calling in. Kyler Staley got his first win. Connor Branch is going to be calling in, and AJ Sanders. I want to remind everybody, June the 29th, y'all mark that down in your calendars if you will, please. June the 29th at Triad Park in Kernersville from 2 to 5. We're going to have a Childhood Cancer Awareness Festival, and it's going to be big, and we want all y'all to stay tuned for details. We're actually going to have a meeting. I've assembled a group of people that I feel like that will help all of us make this such a big success. I've said it time and time again, this is not possible without everybody. Even if the person that gives $1 or you just come and help us or whatever, you got to surround yourself with good, and good prevails. And every time that I've ever done any of these with all of you out there involved, it's been such a huge success. It's going to be tomorrow at 6:30 at Triad Park. If anybody wants to kind of come and ideas or anything like that, you're more than welcome. I've got about 7 people. I've also got Emma. Y'all remember our hero, Emma? Her parents and grandma's going to be involved. Steve, my buddy at 5 Points Tire and Auto, and Eric Engelbert with Choice Tire and Automotive, who I did a thing with, a fundraiser with last month, and it was such a big success. He's going to be out of town, but he will be helping advising and stuff like that. So y'all mark that down. Speaking of, I didn't put that in my notes, but speaking of, Bria, our the one we raised all the money for, let me find this now that I said it, y'all. Give y'all an update. You know, we raised this money. Y'all raised this money for her to have this heart surgery. And she texted me last night at 8:25. Hey, I have my surgery date, and it's going to be June the 23rd, but I'll be admitted in the hospital the 20th, so they can put me on medication to make my heart happy. And she will be at Brenner Levine in Charlotte. So June the 23rd, this child is going to have her heart surgery thanks to all of y'all. And that's just awesome. That is such a neat thing. So excited to share that news. I can't believe I didn't have that in my notes, but y'all remember Bria Scott in your prayers as she'll be having that on the 23rd. But yeah, Childhood Cancer Awareness Festival is going to be good. We're going to have Nova's Fade playing. It's going to be big. Car show. We're going to make this big. Bounce house for the kids and everything. It's going to be it's going to be big. Seth Caldwell texted me. Yeah, you did. Shame on you, brother. Also, something that I feel weird not having somebody to talk to. Hey, you remember I should have put a chair, somebody in it, or some just a. Phil Robertson, Duck Dynasty, passed away, and most of y'all have heard. And back in December, it seems like that Jace, his son Jace, gave a update on everything that was going on, getting the Alzheimer's, but he had a blood disease, and I hadn't seen officially what happened, but with the blood disease and that Alzheimer's, it doesn't take long. So, man, that's just, you know, I really liked him and that whole show. I'm a big Duck Dynasty fan, but them standing up for their Christianity and, you know, Phil Robertson, he was always wanting to share the gospel, and he was such a good guy. So that was a kind of downer, a Debbie Downer there. Old Phil passed away. So remember that family in your prayers. They it's a sad day. I also want to touch on Saturday night at Bowman Gray Stadium. How neat was it, y'all, to see those Clydesdales? So my question I seen when they come out, I kept saying, horse craps a lot. It don't matter. I don't know I know horses are smart, and I don't know if you can train the horses or what, but there was a person that had to go behind the horses and scoop it all up and put it away as they went around that track. I'd like to know how much that person gets paid. Does Budweiser pay them? I don't think Bowman Gray pays them. Who knows? But anyway, it was pretty neat to see. I've never seen the Clydesdales up. I didn't get up close to them, but just see them like that. I've always seen the commercials and everything. So it was pretty neat. Good job to everybody, the staff at Bowman Gray Stadium, to get that done. Really, Austin Shuford and everybody involved that made that happen, Budweiser and what have you. It was really, really, really good to see that, those Clydesdales. But I'd like to know what that person that has to walk behind them horses and scoop that up. That don't sound like a good job, does it, Andrew? No. I do want to give a shout out to Andrew Workman, my producer over there, has done a fabulous, fabulous job. We had 3 weeks with issues, and I'm not seeing nobody complaining so far yet, and so that's a good sign, and we worked hard. Well, he worked hard. It's way above my head. I know some of it, but, that's why I get somebody to do it. So I want to thank you for what you've done, Andrew, and your hard work. Also, my 14-year-old wheelman, Tristan McKee, Thursday went to Spire Motorsports for their fan day. And it was really, when I got there, it started at 10. I got there at 10:15 to hang out with Tristan's dad and his mom and his little sister, Bree, came. But there was a line, y'all, that could have went around Bowman Gray twice, I believe, the track. I was like, golly, I don't know. Ryan Sparks has been on the show. He works there. He was the director of competition. I think he's still director of competition, but he's also now, since Rodney Childress is gone, a crew chief again. So with all that being said, I was like, y'all know I love Carson Hocevar. I told Lane, I said, man, why is this? I know Carson Hocevar is becoming either hated or loved, but I was confused. I walked in, and sitting at the end of the table was yours truly, Kyle Busch, because he drives the Spire Motorsports truck. BJ McLeod was there. That was cool to see. I met BJ McLeod with Bubba Pollard at a deal with Simpson Products last year, so had a good time. Then, speaking of Bubba Pollard, went to Hickory Motor Speedway, and qualifying went so-so, and he ended up finishing 5th. Him and Chase Elliott had some really good battles, side-by-side, door-to-door action. He had just a tight race car, and if you happen to see the race or been there, you'd have noticed after, I don't know, the last 30 to 40 laps, Bubba was staying in that second groove regardless, and Chase got under him, and they had some good battles. I want to say hey to Brandon Clements, my buddy. I forgot you, but I didn't forget you. Now that I see it, I didn't send you that number. Don't let me text me tomorrow, Brandon, and I'll get that to you. Get everything worked out to get you back. Also, y'all, please do not forget my buddy. Y'all all know about the cancer that he has, the stage 4 kidney cancer. And I've talked to a few people back home, and it's a sad situation. But y'all please remember Brad Arnold, lead singer of Three Doors Down. It's been, I see on TikTok, these bands, Shine Down and all these, Daughtry, there's so many bands that are taking the time out of their show to acknowledge Brad and what he's going through. And some are even singing the Kryptonite song. So y'all remember my buddy Brad. He is a good friend of mine. Been known him for 30 plus years, man, and watched this whole deal. Watched how Three Doors Down started playing at Thunder's Tavern and Upstairs Downstairs, and they did all cover tunes, and they play Kryptonite, and that song that everybody knows so well. You loved it back then, and now as it got wore out and played over and over again, like, oh, not that song again. But anyway, I've had some really good times with all those guys, and Keep Brad Arnold, if you would, have 3 doors down in your prayers. Emma Myers, roll tide, roll tide. Emma, didn't see him at the racetrack Saturday night, but I did get to go down and celebrate with Kyler Staley and his first win. That meant a lot to me. I really enjoyed that. Got to go down with Bobby Meesmer Jr. and his win as well. And now that I'm going down more, I grab Max. Let's go, Max. But anyway, I did want to finish. Chased a rabbit as usual. My 14-year-old wheelman, Tristan McKee, finished third. He went to Lime Rock Speedway in Salisbury, Connecticut, and he competes in the TA2 division, which is a very competitive road course, cars and what have you, but he finished third in that. So super proud of my 14-year-old wheelman, Tristan McKee. He makes me happy, 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 happy. So with all that being said, we are going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back with our Cam's Corner, brought to you by Williams Hot Dogs and Barbecue segment with 13-year-old Case James. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to be right back. If you need your hot dog experience to go to a whole new level, then you need to check out Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue, because when it comes to hot dogs, it doesn't get more iconic than Pulliam's. Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue has been in business since 1910, which makes them part of the fabric of the Triad area, and their recipe hasn't changed in 114 years. Same barbecue, same slaw, same hot dogs. Pulliam's is located at 4400 Old Walkertown Road in Winston-Salem, and their hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Come chill at the grill and enjoy yourself with family and friends at Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue.
At H&H Auto Repair, no job is too big or too small. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, they can do it all. From oil changes to engine swaps to North Carolina inspections, H&H Auto Repair is your one-stop auto shop. Located at 3088 Kernersville Road in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, right next to Tickle Pink Convenience Store, stop by and see Daniel and Philip Harrison and tell them old CC sent you. That's H&H Auto Repair, 3088 Kernersville Road in Winston-Salem.
Welcome back. I'm used to music coming back, Andrew. My bad. So yeah, let me make sure I ain't missing nothing in my last little. The peanut gallery's in. My buddy Daniel Harrison. That's H&H Auto. He won the race pool, and he wouldn't shut up about it. Hey, Justin Long. Yeah, I'm gonna talk S&P sponsoring. It's. The Burt Myers segment is brought to you by S&P Lemonade. We're going to talk about what you're writing there, Justin Long, when we talk about S&P Lemonade here in a little bit. Is he on? We got Case on? 704. Did just go, yeah. Hey, Case, what are you? Case, what are you? Case, what are you? Case. Uh-oh. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy. Hey, Case, you got me? Case, you got something's been pushed. Y'all stand by. Do what?
Bear with us, folks.
All right. Yeah, they can still hear us. All right. So yeah, we'll talk about that S&P lemonade, that dill pickle lemonade Justin Long was talking about. Yeah, good stuff. Seth brought me some up there in a cup, big cup, and I tasted it, and I'm like, what is this? What is it? It don't, what is it? I did that. I went, let me try it again. Let me do this. Y'all, it's great. I mean, once I had to, it hit me by surprise. He told me what it was. but it hit me by surprise. I was like, wow, this is pretty good. And Randy Pulliam had some. And of course, we had to share it with everybody, and they loved it. And it was really, really good. Good, good, good.
Ready to connect. Click connect to show now. You are connected as the host. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
Y'all bear with us. What?
What?
Yeah, it's just I keep hearing echoes. So anyway, what else can we talk about? Well, Kyler Staley's going to be on. That was a big deal. Him winning. Good racing, y'all. We've had some good racing at Bowman Gray Stadium. We really have. I mean, and oh yeah, I know what we can talk about while he gets that fixed. There's a girl, Shannon Bourne, I think, that goes to the track I'll follow her TikTok. And she put up a TikTok of Tommy Neal and Zach Orr going around that pace car. And she put that rat song, round and round, how it comes around. It was great. It was great. It was, I didn't even know how to really call that, up there. I try to make it exciting as I can for everybody. I was like, what are they doing? All right, where we at? We got a caller. Case, you on? No caller. Let me text them and say call back. I guess. Huh? Case, you on?
Should be able to hear you.
I don't hear him.
Tell him to call back.
All right, I sent the text. Anyway, contact between 55 and the 21 in sportsman division, and then of course the rest is. I seen Tommy when he was going back like that and fixing to cut across. I said, "Oh Lord, here we go." And then Zach seen it. Well, his spotter, Ryan Putnam, he don't miss much, and he said, "Hey man, you need to get the heck out of Dodge." Hey, Case, you on? Case, you got me? Case, you got me? What is that? Case, you got me? Case James. It's like I can hear him whispering. Case, you got me? Can you hear me now? Case James, 13-year-old wheelman. Case.
Hey, what's up?
Case, you got me now? I got a Hazy, what's up?
I can't hear you on your end. I can't hear you.
He can't hear me. Can you hear me now? We did this beforehand, y'all. I promise. I promise we tested it. It's going to drive me to drinking. Bear with us, Case, if you can hear us. These are going to be text messages. Calm down, Chris.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right. He dropped. Case, can you hear us? Case.
He's been on before. Never had an issue with him before. He's on the line. I told him to try again. Well, anyway, let's see what old Glenn. This is a great track. It was our first Bowman Gray. We came from Long Island. So, Glenn, I promise I did not put in my notes. I got to do better. But talking with you on Facebook, I meant to acknowledge fans from New York to the crowd. Please accept my apology for not doing that, man. I've done PR for Timmy Solomito. Went and done speed weeks with Bubba Gill. Bubba Gill was crew chiefing for Timmy. Timmy and them's big. They have the Gill Force Load Pro. And I went with Bubba, done all the PR for Timmy Solomito, met his family and everything. Good guy, heck of a race car driver, yes, but be proud of being Timmy Solomito fans. And Glenn, thank you to your family and whoever came down. Thank y'all from coming from New York to Bowman Gray Stadium to our track. And I guess you can see that when you come in person, you read a lot of stuff, but once you come there, the atmosphere and the people and the racing is really, really, really good. So once again, thank you for coming, man. Thank you for the support, and we hope y'all come back and see us again, man. But thank you for tuning in tonight as well. Can't take credit. Jacob Brooks covered for me. I'll be back this week to straighten everyone out. That is Ryan Putnam, who is the spotter for Zach Orr. So I figured if I bragged on you a little bit, you wouldn't be the one that was actually there. So dadgummit. But yeah, Jacob Brooks, he's a good one. Hey, Miss Melissa. Braden Staley. What's up, Braden Staley? Now you got to get in Victory Lane, bud. We're actually waiting to get our phone line straightened out with Case James on there.
Making progress.
But I'm running out of time. It will be our Cam's Corner brought to you by Pulliam's Hot Dog and Barbecue. If you have never been to Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue and you are from the Triad area, shame, shame, shame on you. They're located at 4400 Old Walkertown Road in Winston-Salem. Been in business since 1910. That's a long time. Go chill at the grill with Mr. Mark and Mr. Harold and everybody there at Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue. Been with me for a while, and I go there and eat often. Went there today. Seen my buddy old Todd Lawson there, and you go in there, you're going to see somebody you know. I'm pretty sure of it. So it was a good time. Appreciate Mr. Mark Flint and everything. But this would be our Cam's Corner brought to you by Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue segment where we feature kids in racing. I've got a few lined up, and this is something that we've had the issues with the phones earlier. That's why we didn't have it, but we still had a Cam's Corner segment. Just didn't feature the kids, but that is something I will never, ever, never steer away from to give these kids the recognition they deserve. A lot of times we want to get the Burt and the Tims and the Zachs and Chase and AJs and all these people on there, but we cannot forget about the other people at all, and especially with these kids, because that's the future of our sport. Speaking of, I better watch what I say here. The president of NASCAR being at Bowman Gray Stadium the Saturday night with Joey Denowitz. Pretty cool to have the main man there. With them racing in Charlotte, I'm not surprised, but yeah, Steve O'Donnell was there, president of NASCAR, at our track. There's that. I'm gonna get fired. That's right, Zach Staley, Mark the man, best dogs barbecue. Heck, Zach Staley didn't go there till I don't know what we was having, and Zach was there. I think it was something to do with the Clash. Maybe it was the parking of the trucks at the Clash. And then we went and ate. I think Tim Brown was going to be at Pulliam's that day. So anyway, what are you thinking over there? Absolutely. With that being said, y'all please, 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 we got a good audience, and y'all please don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Talk and RS Quo. End circles with Chris Carter. You may listen to the show while waiting. A beeping noise will indicate when you are on with the host. Ready to connect? Click Connect to show now.
All right, we're back, everybody. I think is Bert on? Bert,
Hey,
that
what's up?
man. Listen, Burt Myers. I had a little Case James, little 13-year-old that's going to be on, and I don't know what happened. He don't know what happened, but I had to call him and say, buddy, we'll get you next week, but we got you. You got me loud and clear, Bert?
I got you.
Well, we got you, and I guess if they can't hear listening, we'll find out real quick on these comments. So, all right, everybody, we're back. We're back to normal, and it's a good deal because now we have Burt Myers calling in with us. As you can hear, do want to say that this segment is brought to you by S&P Lemonade, best sip in the South. It's locally made in good old Wallenburg, North Carolina. You can check out all their flavors on their Facebook page, which is S&P Lemonade. Burt, have you tried the pickle juice lemonade yet?
I have.
Did you like it?
Yeah, so I like Mount Olive dill pickles. So every now and then I'll take a swig of pickle juice, and it's good for cramps. And every now and then I'll take a swig, or I'll bring a little bit with me if I know it's going to be a really hot weekend and multiple races and whatnot. So it was a couple weeks back, and Kim said, "Try this," and I said, "What is it?" It was green. And she said, "Just try it." And I tried it. It tasted like pickle juice. So it was pretty good. But you have to like pickle juice to like it. But
Yes.
if you do like pickle juice, it's pretty good.
Everything I've tasted with him, he comes and brings it to us up in the tower, and I really like it. And I usually don't end up getting all of it. I have to share it, which I don't mind because I want everybody to taste how good it is. Burt, this weekend, 100 wins in the modifieds division and our Brad's Golf Cars modified division at Bowman Gray Stadium. Man, oh man, what a race, what a win. Tell us about your night, buddy.
Man, the track has really been off a little bit in the last couple of weeks, as far as speed and times. But we go out and practice. We've got a really good car. We seem to be really fast in practice. We've really worked hard in our qualifying program the last couple of years, and it seems to be paying off. But you know yourself, when you qualify third in a 25 lapper, you got the cars stacked against you. But once the race got going, I knew we had a really good car, and I started putting a little pressure on Brandon, and I think he knew how aggressive I was probably going to be chasing that 100th win, and knowing that he moved me that first race of the year, that if I was faster than him, it was probably coming. He started playing a little bit of defense, and I was able to capitalize. And next thing you know, I got 100 wins in the modified division.
So I try to, during y'all's race, Burt, as far as being an announcer, I know people can't hear me at all. A lot of time with the other divisions, it hit me that there's people that are in the suites and stuff, and they can hear me. So I got all excited, and I'm like, it's coming, people. He's warned. Brandon knows it. He's been warned. Burt knows it. Burt knows he's told Brandon it's coming. And there's 100 on the line, and I just feel like you clearly, we could all see you was faster there toward the end, and you was catching him pretty quick. Was there even any second guessing it? Or it's just like, all right, I'm getting this bad boy. And you did it. It ain't like you just bombarded him and did anything crazy, or by no means. Does that go through your mind when you're getting closer to him? Does a spotter say, hey, man, let's do this way, or anything like that?
No, the spotter didn't say a word. It was just me driving as hard as I could and trying to capitalize on it. And I knew my car was based off of practice the last several weeks, and based off of the races that we've run the last couple of weeks. And let's be honest, based off of even last year, my car right now is really, really good. And in practice, the car's good. In race trim, it's really good. But we all know that when you qualify at Bowman Gray Stadium on those Twin 25s, it's all about where you start. And to be able to start third, I was hoping if I could keep the hole closed up and be second, that if I was faster, I'd be able to take advantage of it. And I was. And, I just tried to work Brandon and do it with respect, and be able to move him without wrecking him. And that's what I was able to do. But as good as my car is right now, it makes it, I don't want to say easy, because it's never easy, but at the same time, the guys, between me and Jamie and then the rest of the guys, we've been able to get this car where it's really, really good. And so it makes it fun trying to make those moves and make those passes. And, the only thing that could have been any better if I could have drawn Slade on the pole for that second race and him win that second race. Other than that, it was a pretty perfect night for us.
Burt, I want to go back to the track. You actually, when Brandon qualified, it was a 63, somewhere in there. So in other words, the first week, it went to a 50 something and went on up to a 70 something the week before our last race. And then went back down to, like I said, somewhere around a 63, I think. What, in your opinion, Burt, and it's going to help me out because I'm running out of things to say with the track, and be positive about it. What, in your opinion, as a driver and with so many laps around Bowman Gray Stadium, what do you think could be the track being slower? Is the asphalt wearing that fast, or is it just what do you think?
I don't know, man. It's hard to put a finger on it. I was talking to Philip Smith about it yesterday, and the first race of the year, we usually put up a pretty good number if the tires are relatively fresh, and they were. And you get 2 days of practice that first race of the year. So it's I don't know, Chris. I don't know if it's the rain, the way the rain's from. And you look at this week, we're going to have 3 straight days of rain, and a skid race, and a demo, and all the stuff that goes on. And a couple weeks ago. So, man, it's hard to put a finger on it. It really is. I really am surprised that the times are not faster than they are. The tires right now seem to be somewhat fresh. They're not tires that have been sitting there or from last year or whatever. So, I don't know. It's kind of puzzling to me as well, but I don't know what the reasoning is behind it, but it seems like times are a little bit off right now. But at the same time, it's the same boat for everybody. It doesn't matter if it's 30 or 60. Everybody's kind of in that same boat. It seems like I'm fighting in practice. I fight a little bit of turn. It seems like my car's a little bit tight, which tells me that there's just a little bit lack of grip, all around grip. So I don't know, dude. It's hard to put a finger on it, but the bottom line is it'll probably come around, even though it's going to get hot and slick as the summer goes on. At the same time, if we can cut this rain back and cut these cool temperatures out, it'll start taking rubber just a little bit better, and you may see times pick up.
Somebody brought this up, and they're way smarter than me, Burt, of course, that the Cup race, when the Clash was here, that they put PJ1. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but they put that PJ1 down on the track, and as that time goes on with that PJ1 and the stuff that's in it, it could make the track a little bit slicker as it wears on. It's supposed to provide grip, of course, but as it wears in time, it could cause the track to be a little bit slipperier than normal. Does that make sense to you in any kind of way?
It does. If they did put something down, I'm unaware. I haven't heard that, but it's possible. It's very possible. All drivers love grip.
Oh, yeah, so, right.
We always want as much grip as possible. If I was a manager of a racetrack, I would probably put PJ1 down in the upper groove only, just to make the racing more exciting. But if they put something down, I'm not sure if they did or not. But that if they did, then that could play a role. But I think with the weather the way it's been and the rain and it's just the circumstances, the sportsman cars and the street stock cars and even the 4-cylinder cars, we're all on different rubber. Even though it's a Hoosier, it's a different rubber. It's a different tread. It's a different compound. That always plays a part. The thing about the modified division is you go out and order points. So, not always, but your faster cars usually have to go out first to qualify because it's based off of points.
Right.
And then when we're in the driver's meeting, they have sportsman practice. So the next rubber, the modified C, is sportsman rubber. If modified's for the last practice before we qualified, like we are on that first race of the year, you might see faster times. So, there's just so many dynamics that play a part in the Bowman Gray, how the times are affected. But Like I said, it's the same boat for everybody, whether it's a 60, 70, 80. I don't care what it is. Everybody's in the same boat.
You're right. I mean, it's right all as usual, and I agree with that. I want to remind everybody we're talking with Burt Myers, and this segment's brought to you by S&P Lemonade, best sip in the South, locally made in Walburg, North Carolina, and you can check out all their flavors and everything about them on their Facebook page, S&P Lemonade. As I want to talk about your new show that which y'all got going on. I seen the citrus. Is it Tommy, Citrus Safe guy? What's his name?
Tommy Lancaster. Yeah.
Seen him at Hickory, and actually I was talking to Keelan Harvick. Me and Keelan was sitting there. The drivers are being introduced, and he said, "Have you seen Bert's car?" And we was talking about the car for the Smart Tour, which I really liked, by the way. And just talking, and we was talking about the little podcast thing you got going on. I want to tell us about it, man, because what I've learned, Bert, is anything that has your name attached to it, people are going to watch it. They're going to tune in. And I've learned that I can just, when I do at the end of the, during the race, not the end of the night, I'll do the starting lineup and take a picture of y'all on the track and show what I get up there, the lineup that's been written or however it's done. And then I'll do the top three. And I notice I'll put you on anything. my views go up a lot. So I'm excited about what y'all got going on. Looks like you got a good thing. Tell us about it. When can we watch and all that?
So I'm actually going in the morning. It seems like we're trying to get on a schedule to where it actually hits social media on Thursday afternoons. And Philip Dixon just talking, right? Tried to figure out what is the best way to do this. We don't write a script. We don't really talk about very much. Philip has a few talking points, and you know me, I don't have a problem coming up with something to say. Kim is sitting here beside me with her hand doing the little "won't shut your mouth" emoji if you're in her hand here. But the thing about it is, Chris, is I think that from the podcasts that I've seen and the things that I know about racing and entertainment, and growing up, especially at Bowman Gray, because that's the premier entertainment when it comes to the racing world, it's about saying stuff people want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow morning, just to give a little teaser, Jason is coming on with me. Staley will be in the studio. I don't know if he'll be on the podcast tomorrow or not, but we just want to talk, man. We just want to get people informed about what goes on behind the scenes in racing and just give our perspective about how it happens and that kind of stuff. So we have a good time. That's the main thing is in racing, especially at Bowman Gray, it can become somewhat stressful. So we want to create an environment where people have a good time and they enjoy what they see and what they hear. And we talk about all the time about touching the screen. And Kim schooled me on touching the screen back in the day when we used to do the YouTube videos, and I would kind of get long-winded.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, you touch the screen to see how much time is left. We don't want that. We want people to be tuned in and intrigued by everything they hear. So we just try to keep it fun. And I got a feeling tomorrow morning is going to be very entertaining when me and Jason sit there and be able to talk about some racing.
You think?
Yeah, right. And just so you know, we said it last week, and we have an official logo now. It's called the Orange Bumper Podcast.
I like it.
That pretty much sums it up.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's going to do well. I'm happy for y'all. I want y'all to really have a good time. And I need to do better as far as announcing goes because I've been meaning to do this for 2 weeks, but it's one of the reasons I started this one. I want people to hear about y'all without the helmet on. It's just that simple. What does he like to do? Under caution, I'd like to be able to say, well, did y'all know back in 1998, Burt Myers rode a jet ski wearing a thong? Something that just, I mean, so, I mean,
Easy now.
Backwards. No. But
oh, Lord.
It took you a minute, but anyway, I'd something like that, Burt Myers caught a 38-pound shark at 11 years old or something, just on everybody. And I need to start doing better, but what y'all got planned and what you're going to do is going to be very successful. And people need to know about y'all. What is it like when you're not at the racetrack? I want y'all listening to know that it was a couple Saturdays ago, and I went into Kernersville Walmart, and I caught Burt Myers out the corner of my eye. And he was on one aisle, and I said, I am fixing. It's when we was having trouble with the show. Remember that one time with the phones? It was the following Saturday. Yep. So I was going to go live on Facebook and Burt Myers is over on the other aisle, Mommy. Can we go over there? No. But dadgummit, you busted me right before I was going to get around that corner. That would have been good, dude. That would have been so good. I thought I was going to get you, but you.
Do you remember what I was there for? What was I doing?
Hot dogs for the track.
Getting my hot dogs, man.
Yep.
Getting my hot dogs.
Burt Myers is getting.
I do 40 hot dogs a week for my team, for me and Jason and Slate and all my guys. I do 40 hot dogs a week. Yep, and buy a couple bottles of mustard, and some of it is so the guys can have a snack, so they don't have to spend their own money to go to the concession stands. And if anybody saw the documentary thing that NASCAR did, I put the prizes in there, and the guys enjoy that. Getting a Milk Duds, a Reese cup, or Sweetest Fish, or something. Whatever we pick that week as a prize. It's just all about taking care of my guys because they take care of us and having a good time in the process.
We're still early in the season, of course. I mean, we're 8 races in? I believe we're 8 races in. Is that correct?
That's 7 or 8, yeah. Yeah.
Seems like I got an email on the points today, and it was 8 races. I even posted something about Brandon being in the points lead. You're second. Speedy dropped to third. Riley Neal 4th, and Jim Brown 5th. So, yeah, I do believe it's 8 races. 8 races in. We still got a ways to go. What does Burt look forward in the future? Because right now you are having one heck of a season, my friend.
Well, it's funny because when I saw Steve O'Donnell Saturday night, and he said, "How's your season been?" I said, "I got 2 DNS and 2 wins." That pretty much sums it up. And we got 3 wins, but we do have 2 DNS. And Chris, you know me enough to know that the points are great, right? The points at the end of the day, that's your goal. When it gets down to those last 2 or 3 races, your goal is to try to be the champion. But it's like me and Jamie have talked about, man, if we could come in there and win 6, 7, 8 races, how can you be disappointed if you don't win the points? You know what I mean? You just It's about the wins, and it's about going over there and knowing that your hard work is paying off. And right now our hard work is paying off. And, I've been in situations where I think about Jay Hitchcock back in the day at Caraway, and I used to think to myself, he's got to be doing something. There's something going on. There's no way that his car's that fast. And then I think about what we got going on right now, Chris. I'm telling you, man, we're hitting on something. And we've clicked. And let's be honest, I've got 1 million laps around that place. And that, combined with the setup we have, with the motor we have, with the chassis we have, and the setup we have, it's just all clicking right now. And, we've seen this before. Tim Brown said on every poll one year, it's just whenever you click, you click. And when you do, you just got to jump on board and ride that train till it quits.
Enjoy it while you can, because we all know at any week it could go to hell in a handbasket the next 3 races. I mean, it's crazy how this all works, and it's possible. But you know what? On the other hand, Burt, you're liable to go and win 5 more races.
Yeah, I hope so. I got interested. So I'm sitting here with Kim. We just went to Blue Rock Pizza in Kernersville. We're sitting here in the car. She's pulled up your thing, and she's looking at you on the screen.
Huh?
And when you drop down to the comments, Slate Myers says, "Who is Burt Myers?"
And I replied, "It's your uncle."
So it's good to know. It's good to know you got a good crowd out there watching already, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah. See, so people get mistaken. I don't know how y'all gonna do yours, but if it shows like 57 people up there, that's just people that follow the page or whatever. So you get your real numbers, and already my real numbers that I'm seeing is very, very, very good. Uh, but Bert, I'm blessed. I am truly blessed that when I started this, I was weary of it, but I was bound and determined to, you know, so like we got a race car going by, don't it? I was
Yeah,
bound and
what was that?
determined to. That was a truck leaving across the street.
All right.
It had one of them Mexican mufflers on it.
Oh,
But yeah, I'm blessed, man. I really appreciate everybody, the sponsors that I have, and you've been on this show numerous times, and I really appreciate it. And you know, unless you was at the beach or something, there's been a couple times, Chris, I'm at the beach or something like that. But you know, you've always, you know, yeah, I'll be glad to be on, and I very much appreciate it. Very, very much appreciate it, my friend.
absolutely, man. I just, it's easy to say, but um, I've always said that the true, how can I say it? The true short track grassroots racing is where my heart is. And podcasts like this and the stuff that we're trying to do and the stuff that Bowman Gray does weekly is about just touching the hearts of the people who love short track racing.
Yep.
And that's what I'm all about, and that's what I love to support.
Speaking of, I do want to get with you on the event we're going to be having. It's Childhood Cancer Awareness Festival we're putting on. It's going to be at Triad Park on the 29th of June. It's a Sunday. Of course, we can't do it on Saturday, but the times is 2 to 5. That way people go to church. They can go to church and come out and get some good food and what have you. So, but I do want to talk to you about that. I want you very much to be a part of that, and I will be in touch on
Okay.
that. Well, Bert, look, I want y'all to eat your pizza, high five each other, tell Miss Kim I said hello, and if you would, please thank family, friends, and sponsors.
Yeah. So there are so many people, so many, this week following my 100th win at Bowman Gray. I can't even. I kept saying it the other night, 100, 100, 100, 100, and somebody told me, they said every autograph you sign, you need to put 100, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday, and then Monday, and then today. It's like it's still slowly seeping in what happened. And Eric Messer did his card with me with 100 wins, and texting back and forth with Joey Denowitz and Steve O'Donnell and about the NASCAR representatives that were there for me to win my 100 win. It's slowly seeping in, but I just can't even fathom the idea. I remember when I tied Bobby, and then I remember when I tied my grandpa Billy,
Mm-hmm.
and then I tied Dad, and then as it goes on and on and on, and then the Ralph Brinkleys and the Junior Millers and the milestones throughout the years. But anybody that knows me knows that I don't think about it that way. I think about what's next. And even though that 100th win sounds so great, my mouth is watering for 101. Like,
Yep.
I don't focus on 100. I focus on what's next. And but to be able to have the support that I have from Citrus Safe, from Tommy and David Lancaster and that group of people at Citrus Safe, from what over what is it, 10, 12, 14 years now that we've been a partner. They've supported me no matter what. Every time, even with the cup deal, they ponied up and made it possible for me to run with Pinnacle Financial to do that deal, and then Pinnacle to come on board with the modified. But with your one of your partners too, which is Choice Tire and Automotive, S&P Lemonade, the NASCAR Institute with UTI. There's just so many people. Ideal Landscaping. Man, I could go on. Little Donuts, RE. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head. There's just so many people that support me in whatever level. And you know yourself, that at this level, it takes everything. It takes everything you've got from everybody. And your local sponsors like Laughlin Concrete with Butch Laughlin came on board this year as a first-time partner. So, Strict Daddy Logistics, they've come on board and sponsored us, and they also taken care of getting our truck back and forth to the racetrack. Dude, it's just so many people, friends, family, everybody. And, we joke about how, it's easy at this level. We say, oh, yeah, it's not a hobby, it's a lifestyle. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And it engulfs us, and it takes control of our lives. And other than going to church on Sunday, there's not much more I got in my life besides my family than going racing. So I'm very blessed. I'm very fortunate for the people and everybody involved that make this happen for us.
Well, I really appreciate you as always calling in. Congratulations on that 100th win. Enjoy it, because Saturday will be here before you know it, and you're either going to get 101 or wait till the next race.
That's it.
All right. Thanks again, Burt.
I tell you what, man, there might be a chance, depends on what happens, there might be a chance I go for $6,000 Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
The elite. Yeah.
But got the fans challenge coming up, and as good as our car is, it's always a split second decision, a gut decision I talked to Kim about, but I might just take it. I might just take the challenge if I get in the top 4. We'll see.
Well, we'll be looking forward to hearing about it, and it's going to be the Elite Underground 100, Elite Underground Utility 100 for the Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds this Saturday night. Burt, as always, thank you so much for calling in, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you.
See you, buddy. All right, Burt Myers, trying to get that 12th Brad's Golf Cars Modified Track Championship at Bowman Gray Stadium. We are going to do a 3 commercial break, and we'll be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere. Appreciate all of you.
Trash removal and eviction cleanups, whether it's a bed or a table or even old washer and dryer. Jimmy Brown, you don't play around. Serving the Triad area since 2007, J&T Services is firefighter owned, and you can reach them at 336-341-1171, or you can go to J&T Services on Facebook.
Welcome back, Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. We're live from the Choice Tire and Automotive Studios. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. He was aware of the commercial with no sound. I was wondering, did it come back on the sound though?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good deal. Good night. Yeah, there it is. They're getting the messages. Everything's kind of delayed to me. Do we have caller on?
Looks like it. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Caller Staley.
Hello.
Kyler, what are you doing, bud? You still sick? You feeling better or what?
Man, I'm still sick. I'm trying.
So I was going to get you to sit in. Sydney couldn't make it, and I was going to ask you to, when I called you today, I was going to ask you if you wanted to sit in, and then you told me you wasn't feeling well. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it by myself. Well, actually, and I called Riley Neal. He was going to get an engine for his car, and I wasn't gonna get you to come in here not feeling good, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we need you to get better, but you know what? You should have a smile on your face from Saturday night, man. As we all know, we're talking to Kyler Staley, and this segment is brought to you by Triangle Fitness in Kernersville. They're family-owned and operated, been in business for over 20 years, and they also offer a kids indoor playground for gym child care, private parties, and they do have a summer camp program that is Triangle Fitness in Kernersville. You can go to the website at trianglefitness.net, and we appreciate them. Kyler, what was you thinking with 5 to go, buddy? Bryant, please don't spin me.
No, I knew he wasn't going to wreck me. We had talked before the race, and the carburetor started cutting out with 5 to go. I was like, come on, don't do it to me now. Just let me hold this. Let me get this 5 laps, and you can do whatever you want.
Golly, so I didn't know that. I'd like to hear a driver's opinion, what goes through their head with 5 to go. And usually I'm hearing noises I've never heard. What went through Kyler Staley's head with 5 to go when it was just spitting and sputtering a little bit?
Yeah, I was like, man, just don't do it to me now. Let me get this 5 laps to go, and then you can do whatever you want. You can cut off or whatever. It don't matter to me.
Getting to be a part of that celebration, Brian Sykes Jr. running over your dad, and Brian Sykes, everybody that came, I seen tears of joy from a lot of people. It was a big deal to me as an announcer at that place to be a part of that and to get to see the emotion. When you realized that you had won that race, was it, it just sounds like such a generic question, Kyler, but what was you thinking when you was going around the track with that checker flag in your hand?
Oh, it was like everything went silent. When I took the white flag going down the backstretch, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was crying going down the backstretch, crying like a baby. But when I took the checker flag, everything just went silent. I didn't really hear nothing. I was like, man, this is crazy.
I've talked to I'll give you an example. Connor Zillich, when he flipped at Millbridge in the 600cc sprint car with no wing, and that thing went up in the air real slow, and then, it seems like it's slow, but it's not slow. And, he's like, it's crazy. There's so many people and everything just goes quiet. So I guess the same thing. I don't know if the brain does something and tunes everything out and it's just you and yourself and like, man, this is really happening. And for those of the people that are tuned in that don't understand it and don't realize it, but, getting a win regardless of the division at Bowman Gray Stadium is a big, big, big deal. That is a big deal. And you've won in the stadium stock division. And now here you are with a win, and you're doing really good in a points chase as well. It's your dad said, Zach Staley said, he told me he was about to wreck 4 times trying to keep an eye on you. Did he tell you the same thing?
Yeah.
Would that not been crazy? And I had to, Zach Staley wrecks in turn 3, and then Zach, what happened? Well, I was watching Kyler, told him my car.
I told him whenever he sent me a picture, he got the car back together. I said, let's try not to tear it up for the 4th week in a row. And he did good. He kept the fenders on it this week.
He did. He really did. It's what is the plan for Kyler Staley now? A win's good, but also the big picture, in my opinion, is good, is something that a lot of drivers that I talk to, even some of the drivers that I'm associated with, some say the big picture. The big picture. I want a championship. Is that the case with Kyler Staley?
I mean, it is, but man, the beginning of the season, I wasn't thinking I was going to do as good as I've been doing. I was just going for a win and the rookie of the year because I'm running for rookie of the year this year.
Right.
But I mean, if a championship comes, it comes. It's still early right now. There's still a lot of racing left.
It is, and that's.
But if it comes, it comes.
Yeah, me and Burt Myers was talking about it. Just being, we're 8 races in. We've had 8 races. I want to talk about, he's all of y'all, Brian Sykes Jr. and what have you. Brian Sykes has won, and he is leading the points in our QRC HVAC and refrigeration street stocks division. It as a whole, there's y'all got this little team going on. Would it mean just as much to you to see somebody that you're associated with, such as Brian Sykes Jr., get a win? Would that mean a lot to the whole team as well? Because that kid makes me proud too. He's been doing really, 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 really good this year, and he's raced everybody as clean as they can be raced, and he's well on his way for people like myself that does shows like this to start talking about championship contention with Brian Sykes Jr. Now, me is what I do with this show and what have you. I now have to put Kyler Staley into the mix. And, Bryant has been having a pretty decent year. And there's others. But is this something that y'all start thinking about as a team?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I'd be just as happy as if he won a championship as if I won a championship, if not happier. But like the whole goal is right now with me and Brian, 1 and 2 in the points. That's the whole goal. Don't matter who's where, as long as we finish 1 and 2. Billy Gregg's got both of us going pretty good.
Not a lot of people, but I do get asked often, Chris, why do you do what you do? Why do you have these shows? Why do you do a podcast? Me and Burt also was just talking about this. I like doing this because of people like you, Kyler Staley, of people that I want these people that just know that his name's Kyler Staley. It's important to me as a host of Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services, for the people to know how tight-knit people like you, yourself, and Nate Gregg, Billy Gregg, Brian Sykes Jr., everybody involved with that whole team, even the ladies that come out with y'all and helps and is a part of this. I want people to understand how close-knit people like yourself are. And it's not just with that. You got Brad Lewis and Emily Lewis, and you got these teams and everything, but I don't think people quite realize, Kyler Staley, just how close-knit these people are away from the racetrack. Is that safe to say?
Yeah. Like when one of us wins on that back row, the whole back row wins over there in the pits. Everybody that Billy helps on the race cars and stuff, when one of his cars wins, we all win. And yeah, we're even away from the racetrack, man. Billy, he treats me like family. I'm always over there eating dinner and working on race cars and whatever,
I like to eat.
Yeah, I like to eat too. I ain't been able to eat all day. I ain't had
know,
nothing all
buddy.
day.
I know. Hungry. I hope you get better with all that's going on. When I heard the crowd, and usually I like to, how I do, make noise. The crowd was already going crazy, man. I didn't really have to say nothing, but man, the response when I did, y'all would let Kyler Staley hear you make noise. Man, it was loud, buddy. It was pretty loud, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was loud. It might have been louder than when Dad won last year. Hell, I don't know.
It was loud, buddy. I'm telling you, it really was. Hold on, let me see a few comments. Got to put these old glasses on there. Kyler. Brandon Clements. Kyler has been solid since week 1. Heck of a win Saturday night. No, that's just from Brandon Clements. Let me see, something else was up here.
I hate they didn't let Brandon race.
Don't
man.
get me started on that. I don't want to get
I was in
fired.
the driver's meeting.
I don't want to
Man,
get
I sat in
fired.
the driver's meeting. Oh,
I think this can all be resolved though, involving Brandon Clements. I'm going to let the people do what they do. I have no dog in the hunt, but I like Brandon a lot. I hope he gets to come back. He will. I feel confident in that. Your stepbrother, Kyler Kepley, if both of them keep on doing what they are doing, they will be in a battle together for the championship. Big family thing around here. And then that's exactly what I want people to know. That's what I'm trying to that's the message I'm trying to send to everybody. It says, it's a big deal when you're still a kid in my eyes, when these kids and these guys win these races, it's a big deal. Well, look, I'm going to let you go and take care of yourself, but there has to be family, friends, and sponsors that you want to thank before we hang up.
yeah. First, I got to thank my dad for everything he does for me. Billy and Nate Gregg, my crew, Latrell, Travis, Tripp, Austin Long, Kenny Flippin, Corbin Miller, Gavin Smith, Nolan Marshall, Chase Pierce, Kyler Kepley. I told Kyler before that I went out for that race. I told him, I said, I'm gonna win it for Pops, and I did it for Casey too. So I'm glad Casey was here to be able to see that. Gotta thank my brother and Jaden Fishel, and then my spotter Dominic Lumley. Me and him's been friends since second grade, man. He's been with me the whole way. Brian Sykes Jr., Big Brian, Justin Cummins, Cooper Lowe, my sponsors, Patriots Choice Plumbing, Privacy Fence Solutions, Napa on Stratford Road, Bully's Bar and Grill, Potts Prints, Velocity USA, Veteran Renovations, Motorsports on Main, Tracy Sowen, LenderMom.com, Tip Top Tree Service, RJ Customs, Colby's Roofing and Gutters, L&D Forestry, New River Welding and Rigging, and Statewide Roofing.
I love it, buddy. I love it.
Thank you for having me on.
Well, you know what? I said it before, and I'll say it again. I put it on the page in somebody's comment. It meant a lot to me. Back even when I had the hot dog cart, you supported me, and fundraisers, anything that Chris Carter, Talking Circles with Chris Carter's done. All of y'all have been very supportive of me. And from the bottom of my heart, I mean this for everything it's worth, that me getting to be down there, because I don't get to go down all the time. But with me being there for that, it meant a lot to me. And I'm glad I got to be there and see the emotion, to see the tears, to see the happiness. It as an announcer, that's a big highlight to me at that racetrack. I'm proud of you, kiddo. I love you, and I mean that. And just keep digging. I wish the best for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you later, man. Thank you for calling in. Get well.
Thank you. I will.
All right. Kyler Staley with his first win in our QRC HVAC refrigeration street stock division at Bowman Gray Stadium. We're going to take another commercial break. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all don't go nowhere. We got another good one lined up next. Little Connor Branch in the sportsman division. We'll be right back.
If you need your hot dog experience to go to a whole new level, then you need to check out Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue, because when it comes to hot dogs, it doesn't get more iconic than Pulliam's. Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue has been in business since 1910, which makes them part of the fabric of the Triad area, and their recipe hasn't changed in 114 years. Same barbecue, same slaw, same hot dogs. Pulliam's is located at 4400 Old Walkertown Road in Winston-Salem, and their hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Come chill at the grill and enjoy yourself with family and friends at Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue.
Hey, my name is Gavin Robbins. Welcome to Robbins Sandblasting.
I'm Michael Robbins. I'm a third-generation sandblaster. Alongside of my parents, Eddie and Shirley Robbins, we are Robbins Sandblasters. In December of 1954, my grandpa, Buddy Robbins, started Robbins Sandblasters. Over the past 65 years, there have been many of cars driven in this driveway. Some have come and gone, others have become friends, but many have become family. With the fourth generation standing here, it's our job to teach them how the rust meets the dust. So from our family to yours, thank you for 65 years.
Since 2006, 5 Points Tire and Auto works hard to earn your trust and loyalty. They know how important it is to find a Winston-Salem car service you can rely on, so your satisfaction is their top priority each and every day. Their professional automotive service offers you years of combined expertise from their well-trained technicians. They treat their auto repair professionals well because they value their skill and can-do attitude. They know their team sets them apart, saving you, the customer, time and money, not to mention worry. When it comes to auto repair in Winston-Salem, 5 Points Tire and Auto is totally confident they are the best option in town. They're located at 3075 Kernersville Road in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and their hours are Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yep. Welcome back, Talking Circles, presented by J&T Services. We're live from the Choice Tire and Automotive Studios. Connor Branch. Connor Branch, you got me?
Yes, sir. You got me.
Yeah, I got you, bud. This is a lot better than what we tried before, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Last time I didn't even get to call in.
I know. That's why we got you on. I told you I was going to get you on, and here we are. Everything's going good. Well, we had a little blemish earlier, but you know what? It's going to be all right. We worked through it, and here we are. So, how you been, man?
No, I'm hanging in there, trying to.
Yeah. So, season so
trying
far.
to recover from this past weekend.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that here in just a second. I want all the listeners to know that we are talking to Connor Branch. He drives the number 7 law office of John Barrow Sportsman. Yeah, you're in a sportsman division at Bowman Gray Stadium, and this segment is brought to you by Precision Built Spindles, race car spindle manufacturer for multiple race divisions and asphalt and dirt, with dealers all across the USA and Canada. Precision Built Spindles on Facebook. You can find them. Give Jeff Day a call at 336-345-1424. Precision Built Spindles is the sponsor for this segment with Connor Branch. So, Connor, you've got your win so far this year, so that's good. But last weekend we had our 100-lap sportsman race. It's you've been Justin Long just said that 7 car was on a rail, and you have been really, really fast. But I want you to just kind of run us through Saturday night and give us your thoughts on how things went.
We unloaded Saturday morning feeling pretty good. The car was pretty quick in practice, and I think we carried that over into practice and as well as qualifying. I mean, we didn't qualify like top 3 or anything, but we were in the top 6, and so close enough to redraw. And we got lucky and redrew the number 1 spot, which I don't know if you want to call that luck or not, but we started off pretty good. I've actually never started on the pole in a big race like that, so it was definitely a learning curve for sure. And I definitely did not have any rookies around me. So, I mean, they definitely were pushing me from the get-go, and I think I was hanging on there for a little bit, but they definitely know how to save their stuff, and I think I got a little excited out front and burned my stuff up. So when Chase finally got around me, it just kind of went downhill from there.
How old are you?
At 18.
18 years old. So at 18 years old, you've got a couple wins. You won last year as well, and you've got one already this year. And you are still really you're a younger driver in that division. Here is a simple question. Did you learn anything from what happened Saturday night?
Oh yeah, I learned. I don't think I've learned that much in a race in a long time. It was definitely a big help going forward, but it definitely sucked at the moment.
Right. And I understand that, which, that's understandable. Anybody would agree. That's just, you said something that kind of sticks in my mind here, that the people around you, it's at Bowman Gray, people race each other. Some race some way, some race another way. But Connor, at Bowman Gray, you just, a lot of times the people, you got to do what you got to do to get around the car. That's a mindset for most drivers, and I get it. I understand the main goal of racing is to win. But at the end of the day, you feel like that it was fair the way everything happened?
Oh yeah, I mean, I I I, I didn't play it how I should have. Starting on pole definitely took me by surprise, so I felt like I personally had set the pace, and maybe I set the pace a little too fast at the start, and I think that's really what kind of messed me up in the long run because I was trying to, set the pace pretty quick in the first half of the race, and the second half of the race came along, and I just didn't have nothing left like the guys behind me did because they saw what I was doing and were preparing for when my stuff went out so they could strike, and Chase Robertson played it perfect right there.
So those of y'all listening at home, I want y'all to put something in your back pocket or in the back of your mind what this young man just said at 18 years old. He definitely learned something. He knew he had made a mistake, and that's what makes a good driver. The next time there's a big race, even a 40-lap race, and Connor Branch is on the pole, he knows what not to do. Who's your spotter?
Chris Dry.
Pretty good spotter, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, he definitely knows his stuff.
Does he keep you calm, so to speak, or does he try to keep you? You don't strike me as someone that gets really excited in a race car, even though you might be. But it's just you. I take you as somebody on the radio as being calm and cool, collective. I also don't think you talk a lot on the radio. I don't know. I'm just assuming things here. But does your spotter, is he a lot of talk on the radio to keep you at a certain mindset?
Yeah, for sure. I don't really talk too much on the radio. It's probably 95% my spotter, 5% me. They just only time I really ever talk is when they want to know like the water temp or how the car is doing or anything like that. But yes, my spotter does. He keeps me pretty calm, especially when we get in these situations like this past Saturday when we kept getting hit and bounced around like a bouncing ball and all that kind of stuff. He definitely knew how to take control and keep me under control so I don't, do nothing crazy or anything. But he definitely does know how to keep me calm in situations like this.
So believe this or not, I have spotted several times in a race at that racetrack that you race at and I announce at. And the first time I done it, I said, oh, heck, no, I just don't. That's before the brain injury, okay? So and it took a little listening to other spotters there and becoming friends with Tony White and what have you. And matter of fact, I was Chad Brooks' spotter when he had that bad wreck with Kenny Boss, when Kenny Boss come out of pit road onto the track doing about 110, it seemed like, and hit Chad Brooks. And that was the most helpless feeling I've ever had in my life, is that I couldn't get my hand up there to let him know that was coming. Him and Zach Clifton was having a heck of a battle. It was for the win. And I'm thinking, man, how cool would this be to get a win spotting at Bowman Gray Stadium? And, but yeah, things happen so fast there, man. It's just, I have much respect for anybody that spots. I don't care what division. A lot of respect. It's, I've been proud of you this year. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm a big fan of yours. I love your people that are around you. You got a good group around you. I also like Connor Branch, the fact that when I say this, for those of y'all out there, don't go bashing me or anything. And I know some people work and what have you, and there's reason can't everybody make it on Saturday. But I do admire the fact that you were there for every practice. And to me, it's like you're like a sponge to me. You pay attention. I see you out there watching other cars sometimes. Very impressed the way you've been handling yourself and the way things have been going.
Yeah, for sure. I always, I'm still got a lot to learn, especially compared to the people I was running with Saturday. And I just, whenever I have the time, I like to, you know, observe and see what other people are doing, and when carry that over to when I get in the car, try what they're doing and see if it works or if it don't work. And it's kind of a big game of trial and error right now for me, which I know it is constantly in racing, but it is especially for me right now because I'm still trying to figure out what's the fastest way around the track and how to move people the nicest way possible, how to drive people in the nicest way possible, and stuff like that.
We're talking to 18-year-old Connor Branch. He races in our sportsman division at Bowman Gray Stadium. Our law office is the John Barrow Sportsman Division at Bowman Gray Stadium. This segment is brought to you by Precision Built Spindles, and they are a race car spindle manufacturer for multiple race divisions in asphalt and dirt with dealers all across the USA and Canada. Precision Built Spindles, you can find them on Facebook. You can give Jeff Day a call at 336-345-1424. Are you running Precision Built Spindles, Connor Branch?
I don't think I am.
You can't be on the. You can't.
I'm all.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm all DWR stuff.
Oh, okay.
Dylan Ward he has some top notch stuff, and that's really all I truly believe in currently.
And so you Dylan Ward does your setup and everything on your car, correct?
Oh yeah, he's been doing a lot. We actually dropped it off to him this past Saturday night, and he's working his butt off trying to get this thing back right for me. And I really, really want to give a big shout out to him, and I really appreciate what he's doing.
So you and Dylan, there was some hard racing between Dylan, Chase, and when the race was going on in my head, I'm thinking, wonder what it's like for a driver to be racing against a guy that makes sure his car's set up the way that he needs it to be fast, but you're racing against a guy that built the car. Does that ever cross your mind during the race, or you just go and get it? I mean, I think that's a legit question, because to me, I'd be like, well, you might build my car and you might do this, but I'm winning this race. In the wall you go. I'm kidding. Do you think about that, though?
Sure.
Do you kind of watch the way you race certain people around you? That's a real generic question. Do you kind of watch who you're racing around and how you race them?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. When it comes to Dylan, I mean, I'll race anybody. I'll race everybody the same. Once the helmet's on, it's kind of a level playing field. I mean, there's definitely certain people I definitely put a consideration that drive me clean, so I'll drive them clean. But there's also people that get a little risky sometimes, and I definitely remember how some people drive me. But I definitely will repay the favor if I ever needed to or anything like that. But yeah, I definitely do take into consideration who I'm racing with most of the time.
So we all know that the opportunity will come around for that to happen. I mean, sooner or later, you're going to see that person that you don't feel raced you right, and you will have that. Let's talk about Burt and Brandon Ward last weekend. Brandon gave him a shot, he got a win. Burt gave him a shot, he got a win. Tit for tat. I mean, I feel like that opportunity would come if you ever needed it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I won't ever go over the top. I over top and mess anybody up a lot. I just drive people how they drive me. I'll never do anything more or less. I just simply pay back the respect.
Well, always remember this. You will get a lot out of life by treating people, even at whatever this is worth, even though they might treat you a little bad. Sometimes you just got to show them a little love and a little grace. Now, that don't apply at the Bowman Gray Stadium every time, I understand, but with you being one of the younger drivers out there, I really believe that you've already earned the respect of a lot of the people, not just the drivers, the fans and media people and what have you. I think that everybody involved knows that you're going to be a heck of a racer. You're going to even get better than you already are. And to me, to have the respect of your fellow drivers that's in the same class as you goes a long way.
Yeah, for sure. I can't be grateful enough for the respect that I've gained, and also I don't know. It's a nice feeling to know that people respect you, but it's also a good feeling to be able to respect somebody and for them to have the same respect back.
In this crazy world that we're all involved with, and you are involved with as a driver, and regardless what anybody tells you, man, respect is earned, and especially at Bowman Gray Stadium. So it goes a long way. I wish you nothing but the best this year, buddy, and I'm glad you came on today. I think there's big things going to be happening for Connor Branch in the future. You just keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep digging, keep reaching for the stars, and you're going to be just fine, buddy, no doubt about it.
I really appreciate that.
You have family, friends, and sponsors you want to thank before we hang up?
For sure.
Go ahead, buddy.
First off, DWR and Camnell Construction have really pulled through this week after the damages we've had this past Saturday. I can't thank them enough. Versus Auto Center, Offered Outlaws, CNC Lock, Peyton Martin Performance, Jimmy Smokehouse, Blake and Tasha, Keith and Sheila, my mom and dad, all my crew. They definitely pull through every weekend, and yeah, that's about it.
Well, appreciate you being on once again. Thank you. Tell everybody I said hello, even though I seen them all Saturday. And we'll see you Saturday morning to practice, Connor Branch, and I wish you nothing but the best, my friend.
Sounds good. I'll see you then.
All right, bud. Take care.
All right, bye.
18-year-old Connor Branch got him a win already this year in our law office as the John Barrow Sportsman Division. Good kid. Like him a lot. He's a good little driver, and y'all heard like I heard. He's going to definitely be okay, and he likes to respect those that he looks up to and what have you. All right, so what we're going to do, and I do appreciate Jeff Day and Precision Built Spindles for sponsoring that segment. Appreciate them a lot. That's Precision Built Spindles, old Jeff Day. Make sure you give him a call. You can find him on Facebook. We're going to take a commercial break, and then we are going to come back with Mr. A.J. Sanders. Y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Choice Tire and Automotive is a full-service auto repair shop and your number one source for tires and wheels in Kernersville, North Carolina. They offer a variety of automotive services to keep your vehicle rolling on the road and off. Choice Tire and Automotive offers check engine light repair and diagnostics, oil changes, brake repairs, alignments, balancing, rotations, and general automotive repairs. They bring the best quality service possible in everything they do, and their team is committed to providing the best workmanship and customer experience possible. Choice Tire and Automotive's hours are Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. till 5 p.m. Give Choice Tire and Automotive a call at 336-992-9002 and let them take care of your tire and automotive service needs. Since 2006, 5 Points Tire and Auto works hard to earn your trust and loyalty.
They know how important it is to find a Winston-Salem car service you can rely on, so your satisfaction is their top priority each and every day. Their professional automotive service offers you years of combined expertise from their well-trained technicians. They treat their auto repair professionals well because they value their skill and can-do attitude. They know their team sets them apart, saving you, the customer, time and money, not to mention worry. When it comes to auto repair in Winston-Salem, 5 Points Tire and Auto is totally confident they are the best option in town. They're located at 3075 Kernersville Road in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and their hours are Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
People can trust me to detail their vehicles because I've been doing it for years. I've worked on stuff from $1,000 all the way up to $100,000, but at the end of the day, you still gotta live up to the same standard. I put love and care into every vehicle. I just want to make sure my customer's happy because I like getting everything. I mean, every crack, every cranny, anything I can get. I really just want it to be squeaky clean. I know how I want my ride to look like at the end of the day, and I should do the same thing to yours.
Welcome back, Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. We are live here at Choice Tire and Automotive Studios, and is AJ on? Wait, we're going to hear from AJ Sanders to call in.
Not seeing him in the queue.
Not seeing him in the queue, said Andrew. So Tiffany said Connor is way calmer than his daddy ever was. That's right. Thank you, John Cox. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. And be careful when you tell Chris Carter you'll buy him something to eat, and because that could get expensive. 7 hot dogs later, 4 barbecue sandwiches later. Could be bad. So we're waiting to hear from AJ Sanders, who had him another win the other night. He was, I can remember a couple of weeks ago, he was sitting way down there in the points championship in our Q104.1 Stadium Stock Division. And then he started winning. Then he won again. And here he is right here. AJ, you got me? AJ, you got me?
Yes, sir.
AJ, it's been a minute. How are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good. Hope you are.
Man, living a dream, fat, happy. It's life's good. God is good. You had another good night at Bowman Gray Stadium. AJ, you have had a lot of bad nights at Bowman Gray Stadium, my friend, but you know what? You've had a lot of good ones. I want to hear about your night, Saturday night, man.
You're exactly right. Just, I tell them all, every night can't be good because you wouldn't appreciate it as much. So, but Saturday night, I've just had so many bad draws, and I decided I wasn't drawing no more. So, my buddy Brandon Clements, he didn't get to run. He said, "Let me draw for you." So I let Brandon draw, and he drawed, I guess, a 4, and then Matt Alley went to the rear, so that put us on the outside front row.
And that was with Levi Holt. Is that where Levi was there around you at some point, wasn't he?
Levi was around me a lot of points. He was giving me all I could stand, that's for sure, on restarts. For about a lap or two, he wore that back bumper out.
I'm not saying nothing bad about him, because that kid, that guy right there, he knew who was in front of him, and he was on a mission for sure. And once again, let me clear this up, people. I'm not saying it was a bad thing or not, or at all, by no means. AJ don't seem to be mad, so no harm, no foul, but he was definitely on a mission. You got to hand it to him.
He was, and I know he wanted it bad, but
I mean, there was a few shots there that I was lucky that I saved it, but you know, Tony White, of course, was on the radio with me, telling me what he was going to do because you know he's watching him, and so then you know I knew what I had to do to keep from him, you know, hitting me so hard he spin me out too. So, like I said, luckily we come out with it, and that's why I said, you know, that's why I tell people, you know, there's more riding with me than just me, and you know, I got my parents, I got God with me, you know, because you got to have the whole package.
You got that right. And yeah, it takes, there's a lot to be in that package to be a total package. We're talking with AJ Sanders. He's the driver of the number 24 stadium stock at Bowman Gray Stadium. And this segment is brought to you by Douglas Auto Care and Battery, and they're located at 575 North Broad Street in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And they do all types of vehicles. They specialize in batteries and electrical. So if you have any battery or electrical issues, make sure you give Douglas Auto Care a call or go by and see them on North Broad Street in Winston-Salem. Appreciate Douglas Auto Care, Electric, and Battery. So, AJ, as the years go by and as time moves on, AJ, I'm sure it's safe to say that you appreciate these wins each time you get one, maybe more than the one before.
Right. That's why you hear me and Victor Lane say that. You appreciate the wins a little more now, and there's a lot of reasons why. Number one, of course, I'm older. I'm probably one of the oldest out there, you know, active in our class now that Cambridge is gone. And so to still be able to run with these young guys and the competition level is no joke no more in that class. I mean, I know a lot of people look at us as just a 4-cylinder division, the stadium stock, hey, that ain't nothing. I'm telling you right now, they are some stiff competition in that class.
Yeah. I mean, and some dadgum good racing there too. I mean, it's the competition has definitely picked up in the last few years. AJ, earlier in the year, and I even acknowledged it when Sydney was sitting in with me, that, you know, I was doing a points update on my page or whatever and just checking things out. And I'm like, golly, look where AJ is. He's got 62 points. At any time, does it go through your mind, AJ, that, man, this could be one of those years that just things don't work out? Does that ever cross your mind? Or does it like, hey, it's early in the year, I'm going to be fine, it'll all work out?
Well, you always know, like I just said, with the stiff competition we have, you can't afford to have a bad race no more. Used to, you could kind of get by. If you had 2 bad ones, you'd be like, okay, 2 bad ones, and I can still probably get up there and get. Now, 1 bad one hurts you. So I don't know. I've been doing it long enough to know every year's not going to be a good one. Last year we had the golden season. Last year, I mean, no matter where we went, no matter what we done, I mean, we run up front. Was in the top 3 everywhere we went, unless we had trouble or something. And you know, then you know you're gonna have that bad week. And unfortunately, we had one, and that hurt us. But and you know, let's not play around. I'm probably not gonna win the championship. I mean, the odds are way against me when you look at the competition. Even if you as good a year as Brandon's had so far, I mean, he's been, you know, lucky, ain't been in no wrecks, ain't nothing. Okay, say he has a real bad finish one week, and takes him out of the championship. But then there you got the Keatons. Well, take them out. Then you got, Luke Smith. I mean, so for us I'll put it this way, for us to win the championship, it would definitely be a miracle. If I could just get in the top 3 would be a miracle to me, would be a win to get in the top 3 in the points. We're gaining back, but like I say, with the competition level, you're not gonna gain on everybody every week, because somebody's not gonna have a bad week.
It's interesting to me to see, and I'm going to talk Levi Holt as running better to me this year. Austin Long seems to be a little faster to me. I could be wrong. I'm just going by what I'm looking at and seeing on the track. And as you know, I go to all the morning practices on Saturday just to, not to be nosy, but just to see who's doing what. And I guess that's part of what I do. But it's pretty neat to me to see some of these drivers having a better year than they did last year, and it still has a lot of years racing left. I think that's awesome that some of these people are working so hard to improve, and you can see the improvements they're making, AJ.
They are. I mean, and it goes all the way back through the field. I mean, like I said, Austin Long, Levi, Blaze, I mean, at weeks has had good weeks. We just got to get his car better. He's running better, but just got to get the car to turn right in the center. He's just having a little bit of issues, and I'm gonna work real hard on him this weekend at the track and try to figure out what's going on with that car. But, I mean, he runs better. I mean, there's a lot of younger, upcoming drivers that I think in the next couple of years, the ones that you see running 10th, 11th, they're the ones going to be up front before you even blink your eye. So I'm telling you right now, I don't understand it. I ask this question every week. Why do the fans get up and leave so early when there's still such good racing fixing to come?
So I try to push hard on this show how fun it is to watch y'all race and how competitive. Now, not taking away nothing from any other classes, but y'all are probably the only class that you can get multiple laps of side-by-side racing around that football field, okay? Just for me calling the race, there's a lot of in there door-to-door coming off of 2, headed down the back stretch, Same way coming off of 4, door-to-door, headed into 1. I see more of that than the other classes in y'all's division. To answer your question, or to shed a little light on this, I have no answer for you. I do not make sense. It doesn't make sense to me, other than when you go out there and race, AJ, and y'all are at the bottom of the list of the schedule of that night. When I look out and I see the crowd has thinned out some, the only thing that goes through my thick head is these people out here are the real, true blue, hardcore race fans. Now, I'm going to catch a little feedback off of this. I'm a hardcore fan, Chris Carter. You can't say that about me. My baby was crying. Okay, but at the end of the day, once again, I'm going to say it again. I feel like those are the ones that do realize that how good of a show y'all put on. If that wasn't the case, it'd be packed out till the end of the last race, last lap.
Right. And I, like I say, I may ruffle some feathers when I say this, but I blame Bowman Gray for it. I mean, let's mix. Why you got to run the stadium stocks last and last? To me, that's the stupidest thing you could do when you got 2 races. Put one first, one last. The next week, always run first and last or something. Give us the opportunity at least to be on Channel 12 on the news, so our sponsors can be seen on the news channels or whatever. And then here's my other take on it. I guess, as an older driver, is when you got the A-B split, give the B guys that wait till, some of them just wait till the B race. Well, if they want to whine about not getting on TV, well, why do we always have to run last? Well, guess what? Come during the year, get yourself up in the points, and so you can be in the A race, and then you will get the race first and get seen. So I just think they need to run the A race, first, second during the regular weeks, and give those guys that has put it all out there every week an opportunity to be seen.
I agree 100%. And maybe going forward that this is, I don't know who does that. Don't want to know. I just know that it's the way the program goes. It's already decided at least a week in advance. And maybe this is something that can be brought up to the people that do the schedule. I got to watch what I say here.
I know you do, but I don't. And I'm telling you, they need to look at their scheduling, and you don't even have to agree or disagree with me, because I think you'll get enough feedback from hopefully your viewers. But I just don't think it's right for the lower classes. And I understand, but I don't understand. You tell me why the modifieds can't run last 1 week. Give them that. Maybe the fans will stay. If everybody's thinking, oh, everybody stays for the modifieds, okay, run them last 1 week. If they're going to have 2 races that night, twin 25s, run one at the first part of the night and dead last at the next one. And, I don't think they're no better than we are, and, nothing against them, because, I got a lot of good friends, Burt, Tim, all of them. But, hey, what's fair for one's fair for the other one.
As a former promoter and GM of 3 different racetracks, I was always a firm believer in having that good class at the end of my show, because I wanted my concession stand to make more money. That's just speaking from me at other tracks that I've been involved with in that position. I always said there's a method to my madness. Somebody, Chris, why are you doing that? Chris, why are you doing that? Don't worry about it. There's a method to my madness. I do what I feel like's best in the interest of the drivers, and then the fans and the drivers, because you can't have fans without drivers. You can't have drivers without fans. It's simple. You know this. You've been doing this many years. But I get what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're laying down, and I'm already seeing comments. A lot of them that are watching are picking up what you're laying down as well. That could be a good question. That I'd like to know what is the method of doing the schedule for Saturday night racing. That's something maybe we can look into.
Yeah, I just think they try to push they don't want the sponsors of that feature division to be there all night. Well, guess what? Maybe our sponsors don't want to be there all night, but I don't know. Like I say, I'm not talking junk about them, but if you put it to where the fans wanted to stay there longer for whatever reason, like you say, you'll sell more hot dogs, you'll sell more donuts, or whatever's up there, they'll sell more too. And I just like to see more for the drivers for every division get focused. Even, I've never understood this, Chris. You've been around a lot of racetracks. We have so much dead time during races. Why don't they set a table up on the front stretch, behind the front stretch up there and the back stretch, and say, okay, this week, the stadium stock ain't going to run till last. We want you to come up there at 8 o'clock, and a few of your drivers pick out whoever you want or whatever. Let them sign autographs. Let them give away their cards. The street stock, you running next to last, you be on the back stretch and be there at this time. And then when the modifieds are done, make 3 or 4 of them come up there. The fans want to see these drivers Uh, and let's put them up there and put them at tables where fans can get the autographs that maybe can't come in the pits after the race.
AJ, you got that promoter mind, don't you?
Well, I just got I see kids and stuff when you go to the grandstands. Hey, there's AJ, or if Tim Brown would walk up there, they'd be hollering, "Hey, there's Tim Brown." They get so excited. Get the fans more involved with the actual driver. And I'm gonna tell you something else. People say, "I hate AJ," or "I hate Tim Brown," or "I hate Burt Myers," or whatever. They don't even know you. Well, guess what? If they could meet you up there, they might get to know you better.
I agree, and that's another reason I like doing this show. That's what me and Bert talked about it earlier, and we've matter of fact, we've discussed it twice already tonight on tonight's show. That's what I want people to know about AJ Sanders without that helmet, on his head, without him racing around a football field. And that's why we do what we do here at Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. But you've got some really, really, really good ideas. And there's one thing I'm going to agree with you on the air, disagree with you on. I find it hard to believe that AJ Sanders doesn't have a chance to win another championship at Bowman Gray. You said that earlier, but you might think that, but I feel like you're going to be one that people like myself, are going to be talking about at the end of the year.
Well, I hope so. And I'm not giving up. You know that. It's just, I know it's a long shot, but miracles have happened before, and it can still, happen. And we are running a little better, and we just gonna keep digging. And I got a good backing with my family and stuff, and my sponsors and friends that they don't never say nothing bad. Everybody, they keep pushing you forward, and that's the main thing. Even when I get down, because I'm probably the hardest person on myself, and I used to wonder that when I'd see Tim get mad when he would finish, say, third.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, my God, he had a pretty decent night, or Bird, or any of them. But I've learned that over the years, we work hard in the shop. We work hard on these cars, and when you go out there and you perform, but you didn't perform as good as you wanted to, you get mad at yourself or whatever the reason was that night. And, people don't understand how much stress, they really don't know the stress level a race car driver has on himself in those cars when you're racing and things are happening and you got spun out and you was running as good as you could run that night and you knew you had a good car, but if somebody, hit you too hard and spun you out. I'm telling the fans now, be a little more patient on people, because every driver out there ain't a bad driver.
No. I agree 100%. I do. I agree 100%.
Because you see their actions that night is not necessarily that driver. It just, things happen. I mean, I've showed my tail several times that, you wish you could take it back, but once it's done, it's done. And, we apologize for it. I apologize still to this day. I tell everybody out there, hey, if I ever done something to you, I'm sorry, but, I react on the moment. And it just happens. At Bowman Gray, and I think most drivers will tell you this, it will bring out the worst in you as a driver. It'll cause more problems with friendships and everything else quicker than any other racetrack. Because, I've raced at about every racetrack within 300 or 400 miles at Florida and everywhere. And you gotta stay as calm as you can, or else you will ruin your friendships quick.
Well, I call it heat of the moment reactions. If you're in court, it'd be guilty of crime of passion or in the heat of passion moment, as they say in court. But at the end of the day, it's hard to do. But we're racing around a football field. We all know it. But I do appreciate the words of wisdom that we're hearing from you tonight, AJ. I'm gonna have to let you run, buddy, if you would. Thank your family, friends, and sponsors before we hang up.
Well, yeah, of course. First of all, I want to thank God. Without Him, I said it Saturday night. God is great because I'm gonna tell you, it's tough. It's a tough sport. It's a tough life out there. And my family for letting sticking behind me and letting me do what I do, and then of course my sponsors that's been with me for years. Amanda Tucker with Trad Choice Realty. Twin City Towing, Parish Tire, Jerry Hunt Super Center, Todd Hunt, such a great guy, LSR, Wade's Interior, just Locaretto's of Moxville, Radical Race Gear, and I'm sure I'm fitting somebody, Mark Dyer with National Graphics, just and all my friends and let me tell you something. It may not be to money sponsor, but to me, I look at all these fans. They sponsor me whether they know it or not. When they come down there and I see them happy or they pulling for me or whatever, that's as much. It means a lot to me what they think of you at the end of the night. And if you look, I don't know what's going on this year. I don't know. I've got more votes this year in the most popular driver than I've ever got. I got more votes than even John Holloman. And, usually he's got like the most.
Yep.
And that means a lot. I don't know where it's coming from. I know some people probably think, God, I hate they buying a lot of books. So let me tell you something. I got to waste my money on my race car. I don't buy books just to get a most popular driver. That's got to come from the heart with the fans. And wherever it's coming from, I appreciate it. I really, really appreciate whoever's voting for me. And you for what you're doing in this show, keeping things alive with racing. The Ladies Auxiliary at Bowman Gray, what they do. And, you do a lot for these, promoting the cancer for these kids. And I'm going to tell you, that's a bad, bad word, is cancer, because
yes, it is.
It took my mom out of here, and I hate cancer.
Yeah.
So I thank you for what you do on that side of it. And I, like I say, I thank all the fans, like I keep saying, for just coming to Bowman. Whether you like me or not, hey, pull for your favorite driver, and we'll just keep coming every week, and I'll try to beat your favorite driver.
AJ, thank you for calling in, bud. I appreciate you, and I'll see you Saturday.
All right, man. Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, we're going to have a chance to win tickets to this week. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Y'all don't go nowhere.
If you need your hot dog experience to go to a whole new level, then you need to check out Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue, because when it comes to hot dogs, it doesn't get more iconic than Pulliam's. Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue has been in business since 1910, which makes them part of the fabric of the Triad area, and their recipe hasn't changed in 114 years. Same barbecue, same slaw, same hot dogs. Pulliam's is located at 4400 Old Walkertown Road in Winston-Salem, and their hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Come chill at the grill and enjoy yourself with family and friends at Pulliam's Hot Dogs and Barbecue. Ever Ready Mix Concrete has been in business for 40 years, and they can handle any and all of your concrete needs, whether big or small. They can do it all. Located at 2000 Old Highway 421 East in Yadkinville, North Carolina, Ever Ready Mix Concrete, they're family owned and operated, and for a free quote, give David Adams a call at 336-961-6688.
Choice Tire and Automotive is a full-service auto repair shop and your number one source for tires and wheels in Kernersville, North Carolina. They offer a variety of automotive services to keep your vehicle rolling on the road and off. Choice Tire and Automotive offers check engine light repair and diagnostics, oil changes, brake repairs, alignments, balancing, rotations, and general automotive repairs. They bring the best quality service possible in everything they do, and their team is committed to providing the best workmanship and
Thank
customer
you for
experience
calling
possible.
Call-In Studios
Choice
host
Tire
and
and
call
Automotive's
screener
hours are Monday
Please
through
enter your
Friday
show
from
or meeting
7:30
number
a.m.
and
till
press
5
pound.
p.m. Give Choice Tire and Automotive a call at 336-992-9002
Enter your
and
6-digit
let them
PIN
take
number.
care of your tire and service needs.
Welcome back. Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. We are live in the Choice Tire and Automotive Studios. Y'all bear with me. Are you good to do that, or do we need to find another way to pick a winner? All right, I'm going to talk to y'all for 2 minutes. Then we're going to take a caller. We're probably going to do caller 7. We'll do caller 7 to win 2 tickets to this Saturday night to the Elite Underground Utility 100. So if you want to, sorry, my bad, excuse me. If you want to have a chance to win 2 free tickets to this weekend's race at Bowman Gray Stadium, y'all bear with us. Going to get these phone lines opened up again. This is our Midway Dry Cleaners phone lines that we're going to be opening up. So we're going to have an opportunity. Caller number 7 is going to have a chance to win 2 tickets to the Madhouse this Saturday night. 100 laps for the modifieds. The fans challenge will be in effect. Burt Myers was on earlier, and he did say that if he is in the top 4, he don't really a lot of times go to the back to get a chance to win that extra money. Do want to thank Douglas Auto Care, Electrical and Batteries for sponsoring our last segment with AJ Sanders. They go all the way back. Douglas Auto Care goes back to 1921, and that's a long time. But like I said, they specialize in auto electric and batteries, and they're located on North Broad Street in Winston-Salem. So if you got anything electrical, battery needed, y'all go by and see our friends at Douglas Auto Care. Let's see. You ready? All right. Y'all bear with us 1 second so we can get a winner. All right, we're back. I missed y'all. I hope you missed us as much as I missed y'all. All All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the number up to our Midway Dry Cleaners phone lines up on the screen. It's a little bit of a delay on my... All right, there you go. That is our Midway Dry Cleaners phone lines. And we're going to do caller number 7 before we go off the air. So if you want to win 2 free tickets to Bowman Gray Stadium this Saturday night, y'all call in now. We will take the 7th caller. Just answer it and hang it up and go to count 7. So we're going to, if you call and you get hung up on, that means you wasn't a winner, so you got to try it again. 336-594-5570. That is the number to our Choice Tire and Automotive Studios. That is our Midway Dry Cleaners phone lines. Midway Dry Cleaners located in the Midway Town Center right next to Midway Embroidery and More, next to Bryant Robertson's place at the Turn and Burn Hobby and Raceway. If you need any dry cleaning done, please consider Midway Dry Cleaners located at the Midway Town Center in Winston-Salem. What number are we at? Huh? All right, so here's what we're going to do. Y'all give me a second. Let's see. Phone line went. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to make a post here in just a few minutes. It's going to be something dumb, probably. And I'll pick a winner before tonight. I'll do it before midnight tonight. So I'm going to make a post here in just a few minutes, thanking everybody. And it's going to say something to the effect, if you listen to the show, you know what to do. And then what you need to do is on my next post on Talking Circles with Chris Carter, some of y'all are watching on this page, Talking Circles with Chris Carter's Facebook page, I am going to make the next post. You have to be following this page and share it. And I will pick a winner out of those people to win 2 free tickets. That's the best way I know how to do it. A phone line is down. So that's the best way I know to do it. So once again, the next post I make here within the next 20 minutes, you have to like the post, be following the page, and share that post. In about 2 hours or so, I will pick. I'm not going to bed. I got the basketball game on right here. Y'all notice I keep looking kind of over here a little bit, watching the Pacers and the Knicks. So I'm not going to bed. I will be up. Y'all give us a call. I want to thank all of my sponsors for being a part of Talking Circles with Chris Carter, presented by J&T Services. I want to thank Eric Engelbert at Choice Tire and Automotive, Steve Stroud at 5 Points Tire and Automotive, all of the people that are involved with this show, listeners, sponsors, drivers, everybody involved, from the bottom of my heart. I love y'all. I mean it. Y'all mean the world to me. I love what I do. I love the fans at Bowman Gray Stadium, all of y'all. The response I get just when I say make some noise is it's overwhelming, man. And I don't know how to explain it. I know it sounds like I'm kicking a dead horse, but it means a lot to me. And I love all of y'all for the support and all of my sponsors. Once again, I'm going to make a post here within the next 15 to 20 minutes. Like the post, be following Talking Circles with Chris Carter, share it, and I will pick a winner for 2 free tickets to this weekend's Elite Underground Utility 100. Until next time, I will see y'all this Saturday. Y'all stay safe. God bless. Bowman Gray Stadium this Saturday night, 100 laps for our modifieds, racing, and all of our other divisions. Thank you to all my guests, my listeners, and my sponsors. Love y'all. Mean it. God bless.